What up, y'all? Shabbat Shalom. We're here for our weekend reflection message. I've had a couple of days off and I'm still not fully rested, but I just discovered that Monday is Memorial Day, so I'll be off Memorial Day. Yay, no plans. Thank God. All right, let's get into the reading. So from the from the Radiant Sun Oracle, we have ostentation, which is Saturn in Taurus, followed by organization, which is Mercury in Capricorn, I believe. And then we have achievement, which is the Sun in Capricorn. So lots of Saturn energy here. Lots of material earth energy. Underneath ostentation, we have temperance. Underneath organization, we have Seven of Pentacles. And underneath achievement, we've got the Queen of Cups reverse. All right, so I think our reading is a summation of what we've been realizing this week about the balancing of giving effort and then releasing, surrender, rest, and giving effort and then surrender, release, rest. And so I think we're integrating all of the things that we have learned up until now. We're on the threshold of this new chapter. We're gathering all our wherewithal, all of the things we've learned, all the experience we've gained, and all of the recent spiritual growth. And it's now we're just integrating that into embodiment. And now it's about execution. So we this card, ostentation, it has two focal meanings. The first is that as a person with Saturnian Tauran combination, that personality aspect has a good sense for putting their finger in the air and getting the vibe of the moment, getting the flavor of the zeitgeist, and kind of anticipating what people will want and what will be received well, and kind of sensing what the public or the collective is needing or desiring, and then having an idea that you think that will meet that need in the market and then being able to deliver it. However, what this talent takes though is perseverance, discipline, follow through, because usually that kind of entrepreneurial, creative genius needs discipline and restriction and perseverance and consistency to make that happen. It comes through long-term work that happens over a long period, and it's ongoing. It's ongoing work. So there's also this aspect of a want and desire for opulence and beauty and finer things. It's we're desiring the up level on all aspects, but we need to be careful to balance spending and saving. In a way, we do need to maybe refresh certain things or be free to spend our resources in such a way that keeps them circulating, but we need to understand how to rein that in and keep it under control. Our resources, so there's this feeling or this message that we kind of need to balance spending and saving right now. That applies to our money. So we need to balance the amount of that we're spending and saving. So we need to be able to spend a little bit and treat ourselves a little bit, but also put the hard work and the effort in and honor your hard work and effort by saving and doing so in such a way that grows your investments and grows your money and grows your effort, right? If all you're doing is spending, then you're undermining your efforts and you're not respecting your hard work because you're not growing yourself, like any kind of financial security or financial independence, right? So you want to do both. And so this can also apply to like anything as far as like spending your energy, right? Balance spending and saving your energy. So what that means, what that looks like is putting the effort in all areas like throughout the week, but then giving yourself those times throughout each day to wind down and recharge, but also like a major sacred reset every week. I like to honor the literal Shabbat and be off on Fridays and like ease into Friday night and do the whole thing and then have an easy Saturday morning. I would love to have a full Shabbat and not work on Friday or Saturday night, but I'm not sure if I am able to do that at my work. Might be something I'll consider. But that is something that, I look forward to every week. For some people, it's Sunday. But, it just depends on what, I guess, your schedule allows. But I particularly enjoy the actual window of the official window of Shabbat because there is a particular energy available to us during that like period of time. Just like any of the high holy holidays, the same is true for on a weekly basis for Shabbat. That is an opening in the window of time that allows us to connect to a certain quality of the light of the Creator that helps us connect more deeply and fully, and it helps us replenish and renew ourselves and recharge and regain our inspiration and direction and blessing and provision for the week to come. So it allows us to surrender and let go into God's rest. So that's another form of balancing spending and saving. Time is something that we have to spend and save. So balance where you're putting your time and be intentional with how you're spending your time so that you can spread your time out to all the things that matter to you most. And you're not, having to neglect anything that's really important to you or that you value, right? So integrating all of this experience and trying to really like embody this spiritual up level, this mindfulness, this next level of like conscious awareness and presence and wherewithal into this next chapter. And so like really trying to set ourselves off on the right foot. However, that will take organization and patience, discipline, consistency, diligence, practicing restriction. So remember when we were saying balance spending and saving? Doesn't it look like she's been like on a haul? She might also be coming home with groceries, right? But the Seven of Pentacles is usually depicting someone in their garden with a pitchfork, and they're just like looking at the plants and they're like really anxious for the harvest. And they're like, when are my seeds going to bear fruit? And so that's kind of like feeling this excitement right now about like, when are my seeds going to plant fruit? But this card, the organization card, asks us to like rein it in, stay focused, stay in your routine, stay disciplined with the way that you're intentionally spending your time, your energy, your focus, your money, your resources. Have patience, but this is going to take like endurance and consistency and diligence over a long period of time. So patience and devotion, dedication, but hopeful that things are going in a positive direction of growth. Now, the reason why we need that rest is because if we're going to achieve anything, we're really crowned in the potential for great achievement right now. However, if we're not going to get there if we don't determine within ourselves to overcome like tiredness, burnout, getting out of a fog, and like be determined to like see the steps and move forward and take the action steps required to achieve this thing and keep showing up. The Queen of Cups reverse talks about the feminine who is overly passive and like can't handle facing the responsibilities of her life, is like kind of despondent and tired and weary and is avoiding her responsibility. Maybe there's something concerning that you're like ignoring and you're putting off and you're not dealing with it. Maybe all the things that you procrastinated have piled up and you're like not dealing with your responsibilities. So what I think that this is that if we don't have regular rest, then our subconscious is trying to protect us, but it has this like passive aggressive, subtle way of avoiding the work, avoiding sitting down to the writing practice or whatever it is and following through on the steps. Like you planted a garden, but now you don't want to like go out and water it, right? It's just, oh, it's also tiring. So it's about like, now that you've put those things, those pieces in motion, it's about watering those plants. It's about following up and following through on the promises that you've made to yourself. So achievement is going to come and so much potential is there, but it's going to require us to show up and really take the reins and take responsibility and be in this like perky perseverance and determination and optimism. Now, one way to maintain that perky, optimistic optimism is to get rest and to honor the body's cycles and to honor like the sacred commandment to observe a holy day of rest every week. It's an act of faith and a demonstration of our trust to the Creator, that we understand that the Creator is really the one that's in control and that we're channeling this energy through, but we're really nothing without the Creator with us, right? And so we're co-creating. We need to regularly make that connection with the endless source of inspiration, vitality, optimism, hope, faith, creative energy, and life force, right? So by doing that every week, taking a rest, doing the things that we love, putting our consciousness on things of profundity, that replenishes the soul and it renews us and it gives us the strength and the joy and the rest to go forward the rest of the week. God's provision and protection, the Shekhinah, the presence of God, the Spirit of God, can only rest on us if we are also in a state of inner peace and fulfillment and joy. If we're in lower vibrational emotional states and we are in an upset, then we cannot connect with that protection or those blessings. So it actually benefits us the most if we can just stay chill and peaceful and optimistic and at ease and in belief that things are going to go well, that things are going to turn out in the way that is in the highest good for all, even if we don't know what that is yet. So take steps, take charge, take the reins, and I think that a lot can happen, but nothing will happen if we don't take the steps. All right, y'all. Peace.